Hi, my name is Zach Owens. I'm the CEO of Zacotech. Uh, I am currently driving with you at Grubhub while I am uh, building my business with software development and computer repair and such. And so the reason for this video is to briefly I had an issue this evening. I had just got to the premium level and everything, and I was doing everything I could to keep that. I had a run, uh, roughly about came in probably about 7:30, and basically I accepted it. Went over here to the Bass Pro Shop area, over to Uncle Buck's, uh, and then I was over here. Zoom in a little bit here. I don't know if this. Let's see here. So right around here, Bryan Crossing. So I'm right here over the Food City area. Any case, right as soon as I was getting ready to leave, I got a second order uh, to go to KFC, which is over here in Seymour. Um, and this Grubhub order was going over here to this there's a hotel right over here at this pilot area over here. Well, I just briefly looked, and of course I accept everything because I'm just. But when I realized, once I kind of was getting ready to go, and I stopped for a second, look, I realized the pickup time for the KFC was at 6:25 pickup time. This time it was 7:30. Um, I continued to go ahead, and I called customer care. Or driver care or what hell to try to explain this situation here. Talked to the lady and said, well, this order's been waiting to pick up since 6:25. It's 7:30. I got to take this first one, uh, which I got was Bash Pro, which if you look over here, 6:35. It took me it's 21. Let's see. So basically, it wasn't quite 48 minutes, but it was about half this because I was driving from. See, that's the route highlighted here. Um, that goes all the way down here. So about almost half the time. So say about 25 minutes or so, taking me to get over here, or it took me to get over here, and then come back over here. I was just I had an hour off between 8 and 9, or that's how. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that filled in, that block filled in. But in any case, so I started headed back. But in any case, so I knew it was going to probably, when I called, I relayed that I said it's going to probably take me about 15 minutes to get there. Actually, it took me a little longer, but it's going to take me 15 minutes to get there, about 15 minutes to get back. So if I just took the same path, it would be 30 minutes by the time I got right here. So my analysis from that was, at this point, it was 7:35 or something like that, and I was talking to her. The food time was supposed to be picked up at 7:40 or somewhere in that ballpark. And in any case, I knew from here all the way down here, I knew that my boys uh, uh, have like karate practice here, and I know from my house to there takes about 35, 40 minutes ish. And the karate is just right down the road from here, so it's not even that far. So I knew that just adding from here, it was going to take 30 minutes to get here, and then another 30 minutes, so about an hour on top of everything else. And any case, so I was trying to relay this information. I was kind of like a little, I guess, I had those two, and I was, I guess, anxious, but I was just trying to hurry up because I knew that I wanted to kind of get this resolved, so that way I knew that if I had to take it, I had to take it. Um, but I didn't. It didn't. As delivering my background here for Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and several other places, I mean, this would be considered a terrible double. But in any case, sometimes I had to take on the pass. But point me says, so that's the reason that, again, that's the reason why I called, and say, hey, maybe there was somebody else up there, and I didn't understand why. As another point, uh, uh, let's see, there's another point that that when I got it, it was ready at 6:25, but I was sitting. I didn't get it till 7:30, so I don't know why it waited so long to give me that order. Oh, and that was any case, so I called to talk to her. And I said, well, I said a couple of times that I didn't know exactly what my options were, because I accepted because I knew I had to accept it because I didn't want to drop below that. And then on top of that, which I didn't think about this until after I got the phone call, but also my rate for the guaranteed 13 minimum rate and everything. Of course, I had to accept everything, but I still covered my bases, because when I was talking to her, I said, as long as it doesn't hurt me, or something along those lines, as long as it doesn't hurt me. I said it a couple of times. If it's better to unassign it and give it to somebody else that's closer by or something like that, or I could take it if you want to do that. But if it's going to hurt me, I don't want to do it. While re-listening, because I recorded all my conversations for my own personal sanity too, and I realized that. And at the end of this, I am going to play that recording as well. And but it did say, when we were in the process, I said it twice about I don't want it to hurt me. I mean, I want to keep my status. She repeated that I had a premium, but there was a point that the second time I said, as long as it didn't hurt me or something like that. Then she was like, she was kind of talking kind of fast, but at the same time she said something right when I was getting ready to say something. And of course, when you listen to it on the recording, you could hear it. But when you kind of, in the context, I was saying something, so I was in the middle of talking, so I didn't hear exactly what she said. She said something to the point that's like, well, it only hurt you a little bit. And I wasn't understanding. I said, well, and you're trying to help the customer and something like that. But I didn't hear hurt a little bit. I mean, or it will only affect you a little bit or something along that line. And so my whole thing was, I didn't want to affect me anything, because one, I knew that I didn't want to even play around with, because I had to have 95% in order to have the premium. And so, or preferred or whatever, of course, it's my first week here, so hopefully I'm getting the terminology right. But so I didn't hear her say that. I would not have said that, and especially I wouldn't have risked only having 2 or 3 hours left to make up my miles. I was down. It was a really slow day. Okay, I've been working since 10 o'clock this morning, and it was a really slow day, and I wouldn't have accepted it, because basically I only had 2-3 more hours, and I had that guarantee. And so why I might have been able to make it back, but any case, I wouldn't have risked it, to say the least, if especially knowing that, risk the $13 an hour just so that way I don't have to take it, because that would have. But as you we'll hear in the conversation, let me see here. So the second one I got was at 7:04, 7:05, something like that. Which again, when I got this one, it was in about 9:30. I have to look back here, but thinking 9:30 or maybe 9:20. I don't know, but yeah, I was there for a minute. But in any case, but by the time I got there, it was close to about 10 o'clock, and I pulled up, and they had been closed since 9 p.m. Now, I talked to 4 or 5 employees that had just got off work. They said it closed 9. They also said they hadn't had any Grubhub orders, which may be a possible bug. I don't know. I don't know why they would say that, because I was asking about it and said, yeah, we hadn't received anything today. And I have been there before, not today, but so I do know they accept them, but I just don't know why that didn't go through. And that's the other thing, is like, even if I hadn't had this other issue up here, if I had gone down here and been closed, the system should have caught it, so that way, it's closed, and at 9 p.m. during the week or something. I don't know. And there, because, because I mean, of course, it wouldn't matter that much if all this will be a moot point, because my $13 hour, but again, that base pay, but again, that's being upheld by this where she unassigned it, which I was under understanding because she unassigned it that wasn't going to affect me, and clearly it's affecting me a lot, because going from $100 some for the day because I had 8 hours, maybe 104, 105, down to $62. Of course that it's affected me a lot. So basically, yeah, that I already kind of went over. That we're not especially because hours and the late say affect me a little bit. See, during the time, call as long as okay, yeah, that's what I just want to say. And basically, like I said, and then of course, like I said, recap with the recording. Yeah, but yeah, I shouldn't have probably even taken that last one. So the system clearly, but I do understand the whole thing. If you get there, I know that I guess you have to press the leaving so that way you get paid. And I understand that you can't people do cancel, but which now, hopefully we get this resolved. But now on long runs like this, for me anyways, until you guys find a way to better do it, and I have a few other suggestions that I could probably relay at another date, but for making things a little more efficient, especially since I'm programming background. But for now, for long runs, I guess I'm going to just call them the restaurant, not the customer, not the diner or whatever, but the restaurant, to make sure, one, they're open, two, they got the order, especially when I'm having to drive 20, 30 minutes. Maybe during the early hours, it might not matter so much, but just to go there, just to not be able to get anything, that's a lot of gas. And again, it probably wouldn't mean as much, but the big thing is it would make all this go away, is as you'll hear in this recording here. So here, I'm going to pause it while I set this up. Oh, here, let me just kind of see. So right here, Bass Pro, I know you've probably seen all this, but this is where I was driving. So basically I was like hanging out right here, and then that's the Bass Pro. So I drove all the way down through that and right there, and then I drove back. And this is probably almost the same road I would have gone back, except I just wouldn't have went home. I would have probably went straight through here. So I probably either would have went straight down this way or maybe came back the same way. I didn't go along the interstate because I didn't. Right now, I have to change out my one of my tires is unevenly, needs to be balanced, and so it's unevenly being weared. So I'm trying to prevent. The faster you go, of course, you wear that down. But in any case, so I'm staying off the interstate, so that might have saved like 4 minutes, I think it would be. But anyway, so all the way getting back down here, and then that would be like 20-ish minutes, and then another 5-10 minutes here, and then having to drive all the way back here. This is for the one that I was talking about for the 7:30 issue, which was the main issue here. So, and that was the point that I was going to keep on forgetting to say. That first one, it would have, if I would have accepted it, I was right about here, almost about to turn the road to go to my house, Mutton Hollow, like 8:35. I was talking, I got disconnected in the middle of talking to customer care. 8:35. So that's roughly about still 30 minutes away, and I've been 9:05. Maybe not on the nose. Maybe I might be able to get there, but it'd been really close. And to push come to shove, you get there, and after they said they didn't even have any orders, yeah. So, and me not get paid for it, but of course it wouldn't have mattered. I would accept it, and I still got the base minimum. But the point being, I would have taken it. I was when I was talking to her, I was, but here, you'll hear about, so I'll pause it. Okay. I'm going to be quiet now, so.
Stay on the line, and someone will be with you shortly.
Oh, here, let me.
And just a heads up, this call may be recorded to ensure quality.
I'm going to pause. Okay, here we go.
No, thank you for calling Grub. This is Naomi. How can I help you today?
Yes, I just picked up. I got one delivery I'm headed to right now, and I got a second offer, and normally it's pretty close to the first, and so I just went ahead and clicked it because I'm the premium driver, so I just really quick just accepted it. And then when I realized this first order, they're kind of, I could take it, but the first order is going to take me about 16 miles or whatever out of the area, or 7 miles or something like that. So by the time I get back, it's going to probably be about 30 minutes from right now. And then the second order I picked up was expected delivery to, basically they had the foods that was supposed to be picked up by 6:25, which was an hour ago, over in Seymour, which is about another, once I get back, it'll be another 30 minutes or so before I get back, or 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I just want to make sure I can do it. I just don't want the customer or whatever to get upset or something like that if it's a KFC, it's a KFC order. Do you need to, I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing, I guess.
No, exactly. I got you, and I really appreciate the fact that you actually called to notify that. So let me go ahead and make sure that I take care of the rest for you. Would you mind if I ask for your name? I'm sorry, only to confirm again.
Oh, my name is Zach Owens. My name is. As far as, is that who you needed to know what my name is, or what the order was going to?
No. What's your name, Zach? I just wanted to confirm with you because I actually got 2 orders here. One from KFC.
Uncle Buck's, which, yeah, Uncle Buck's, which I'm, hello? 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 You still there? Because I can't hear anything if you are. Hello? Hello?
All right, can you hear me now, Zach?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm having some audio issues right now. But I just want to let you know, I'm really sorry. In this case, I got 2 orders, like I said before, from KFC, one for Mallory and the other one for Felix. That goes for Uncle Buck's Grill. You're telling me that in the future going to be late for both of the orders. Am I right?
Well, maybe the Uncle Buck, I'll probably get the Uncle Buck's fine. I'm just pulled up Uncle Buck. I'm getting ready to get it. So I don't think Uncle Buck's going to be an issue. It's just that Uncle Buck is going about 7 miles or about 16 minutes or something like that down one direction, and then in order to get back to where I'm going back towards the other direction, I don't know if you have a C on the map, or I don't know what's available to you, but essentially for me to, I'd have to drive back this way, so that would put it around about 30 minutes for me to get it out there. Hopefully I find them without any issues, which and then get back in 30 minutes, well, within about 30 minutes, and then go back the other direction, which might take about another 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I'm not sure exactly because I don't know where it has to go to as far as that resident, but, and then also it's been ordered at 6:25, which I don't want to go all the way out there and if you know what I'm saying. I mean, I don't mind, but like I said, it's been an hour from right now since they expected to have the chicken picked up. So,
no, go ahead. I'm sorry, Zach.
No, and that's kind of what I was getting at, because by the time I would get there, it would be probably about 8:30, which is definitely be at least about an hour and a half, and then and I don't know how far the KFC is from the rest of the customers, so it might be another 10 10 minutes from KFC. I'm not sure because I didn't really look after I realized what time they ordered initially.
Exactly. I understand you said completely. I'm really sorry to hear that, sir, since I know that this is not your fault that the orders are too far away from each other. So actually, we can do two things. In this case, we can go ahead and update the ETA for the customer. Just for Mallory, this is to know ahead of time that the order is actually going to be late, because KFC orders and those orders from fast food, they actually order or make the order once they get there, so that just to make sure that it is fresh. Or in case you will not want the order, we can actually go ahead and unassign it, but I know that you're actually willing to deliver the order. However, when we unassign an order, I heard before that you are a premium driver, and it does in this case affect your acceptance rate. So in this case, we can go ahead and unassign it since it is too far away, or we can go ahead and update the ETA for Mallory just to explain her that this is the order is going to be late for some reasons, and that way she can know ahead of time before actually you get there. Is that okay?
Okay, whichever way, it doesn't affect my premium rate. So,
no. In this case, your acceptance rate is going to be, in this case, a little bit affected. But in this case, you can actually go ahead and
unassign it
by taking more orders. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You say so. Okay, so, so either I could unassign it, or you could let her know it's going to be longer. I mean, I think. Okay. Well, I think because basically by the time I get back, I mean, I'd hate for her because I know how customers are, and then it's like, oh, I'm fine. And then 30 minutes later, like, no, that's okay. I'll just go down and pick it up, and so I'd hate to drive all that way and just, so.
No, I got you.
So, I mean, I guess in this case, if it's not going to affect me anything, just unassign the KFC. I mean, or do I have to do it, or can you?
I'm going to be taking care of the rest for you, Zach. It's just that in this case, like I said, it might be affecting a little bit your acceptance rate. But in this case, all the drivers that do that, they just raise it up again while taking more orders. And I just want to let you know that in this case, I'm going to be unassigning it. It's not going to be any longer on your app. It's going to be assigned to another driver, so that we can actually go ahead and take it early to her. If you give it permission, I can actually go ahead and do that.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and unassign, yeah, that would be great. Because like I said, that'd probably be best for everybody.
Yeah, I understand. I really appreciate the fact that you actually worried, Zach, about the customer. I'm going to be notifying in my system the reason why we unassign it, and it's going to be immediately unassigned distance from your app. I just want to confirm, sir, before I let you go, is there anything else I can help you out with by chance?
That should do it. I'm just pulling up. I'm at the Uncle Buck's right now, so I'm getting ready to walk in and get that.
All right. Thank you very much. Your order has ready to be removed, but we only have the one for Felix. Thank you, Zach. Please stay online for brief survey. Have a great night, sir. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay, so you see, it's like there was a couple of points in there that it was a little hard to understand, standard for me anyways. And then, of course, when you're really sitting there and listening, you can pick up, it's like
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You say, so it doesn't affect my premium.
Just to explain her that this is the order is going to be late for some reason,
Let's see
and
here.
that way she can know ahead of time before actually.
Let's see if I could.
Okay, whichever way, it doesn't affect my premium rate. So,
see right there. I'm still trying to understand, because some of what she's saying is, I'm not going to say mumble, but it's just her accent, I guess, and the connection. I don't know. It's just, and then also because I want to keep on stating, I don't want anything happening to my rate. So let's see here.
No. In this case, your acceptance rate is going to be, in this case, a little bit affected. But in this case, you can actually go ahead.
See right there, she said, no. So I'm like, okay, good. As long as, see, listen one more time.
No. In this case, you already can know ahead of time before actually you get there. Is that okay?
Okay, whichever way, it doesn't affect my premium rate. So,
No. In this case, your acceptance rate is going to be, in this case, a little bit affected. But
see right there, when she was, no. It's like, as long, whatever it takes to affect my premium rate. No. So I'm like, oh, okay, no, don't worry about it. Like, that's what I'm thinking. No. and then she goes into it just affected a little bit, which it might affect the premium rate. But when I'm going to kind of trying to keep a base rate, it'd be different if I would have had. But anyway, so you've heard the whole conversation. There's that one. I think there might have been one other time. So hopefully you can kind of see where I'm coming from. It's not that she didn't do her job. It's just I just didn't understand her. I didn't catch what she was saying, and it sounds like she was trying to find the words. At the same time, I'm like trying to focus and trying to hurry up and trying to get this food and trying to get this taken care of. And so anyway, so hopefully this helps you, and hopefully we get this resolved. And hopefully we won't have any other future issues. Thank you.